Coming. Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Are you in there by yourself?
Yes. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and the knock came. Terrifying. They said...
You definitely want to stick to the end to see this. Beyond that, this episode includes very specific and needed details
After crossing with 2 chickens. Just kidding.
for you to make the most of one day in Key West without missing one key spot to visit. From parks to food to museums and secret spots.
Hello? Oh, hey.
This episode has it all. Even the best spots for you to shop your trinkets. And of course, catch the best sunset in town.
This is what they call a mercat. I'm just kidding. It's a catfish.
In 2 airplane crashes, a couple of automobile accidents.
If you're new here, welcome. I'm Selena, but you can call me Sally. I travel in a camper van, sharing epic adventures, secret spots, and travel tips. This season is packed with excitement, and here's something special for you. At the end of the season, I'm giving away a free or discounted ebook with everything you need to know about renting a camper van and must-have app. But don't worry, if camper vans aren't your thing, the highlight of this ebook is my tried and true ultimate itinerary for the Florida Keys, so you have the best experience possible. Just watch each episode to collect the secret word to make your dream trip a reality, and I'll show you how to claim your ebook at the end. Let's adventure, everyone! This is Florida Key Season, Episode 8. We start this episode flying back from the amazing dry Tortugas and landing back in Key West to explore the key things to do in a one-day visit to Key West. Come with me. Taking off from the water in dry Tortugas was quite an experience, and I strongly recommend if you have an extra day to do this seaplane travel to dry Tortugas. But if not, this episode is completely edited for you. So if you have only one day in Key West, the best and 10 things you cannot miss in the island. So come with me. After the whole debacle of getting the knock on my door last night and not getting enough sleep, I was a little late for the sunrise, but I came back to the very same parking lot since I already have paid until 11, and this is right next to where you go watch the sunrise.
So from this parking lot, we are a short walk from the Southernmost Point. It's just over the street to the right, and then I think another couple of blocks, and we'll be there. Let's speed this up. Also, everyone, besides catching the sunrise here, you catch no line when you come at this time.
Marked by this iconic buoy, this spot in Key West, Florida draws visitors from all over the world. Once it was a simple dock, but it became a famous photo stop in the 1980s, symbolizing the island's rich history and tropical charm. Whether you're here for the history, the roosters and chickens, the stunning ocean views, or just to say you've been as far as south as you can go, this is a must-visit destination on any Key West adventure.
Alright, so coming down the street from the Southernmost Point, after crossing with 2 chickens, just kidding. After getting your picture with the Southernmost Point, you want to come down the street and make your right on this plaza to watch the sunrise, because at the angle we are at the Southernmost Point, you cannot really see. So let's go check it out. Very random, but this is what they call a mercat. I'm just kidding. It's a catfish. No, thank you. Had enough of those. And it was a sunrise on the clouds to match with the sunset yesterday.
So after testing and trying this experience, I will definitely stop here first to watch the sunrise from this awesome pier and then head to the Southernmost Point for your morning pictures.
Now, did you know that besides the Southernmost Point, there is also the Southernmost house.
So later I found out you can find this at Google Maps as the Mansion of the Sea, which, believe it or not, this is a 3-star hotel ranging about $500 a night. And there's a nice spot to grab a snack, so definitely worth it to come here when this is open. And next in our list of must visit in Key West is the Key West Butterfly and Nature Conservatory, walking distance from the buoy. As you step in the Key West Butterfly and Nature Conservatory, the journey begins in a charming boutique filled with delicate treasures, colorful butterfly souvenirs, shimmering wind chimes, and nature-inspired artwork. This is more than just a store, it's a glimpse into the magic that awaits. Because beyond this boutique, the first room welcomes you with the walls adorned with intricate butterfly displays, showcasing the incredible diversity of these winged wonders. A detailed roadmap guides you through the species you're about to encounter, each one more fascinating than the last. It's a moment to pause and appreciate the delicate beauty of these creatures, their patterns like tiny stained glass windows. In one corner, a display brings the earliest stage of a butterfly's journey to life: caterpillars, crawling along branches, slowly making their way toward transformation. This tiny architect of change reminds us that every butterfly story begins with patience and persistence. And oh, I needed that reminder. The anticipation builds as you approach the next set of doors, the threshold between the world you know and the living, breathing butterfly paradise. I gotta tell you, this is one of the most mesmerizing butterfly places I've ever visited. I've been to many of these butterfly gardens that you can walk through and they're flying all over the place, but this was absolutely overwhelming. The quantity and the variety that you would see of them flying everywhere. You had to be very careful not to step into one on the floor. That made me a little nervous throughout this journey, but it was absolutely quite an experience to walk through this majestic nature beauty in action. And don't miss the chance to meet the resident flamingos, Red and Scarlet.
How's it going in there? Where's your buddy? Hello? Oh, hey. Hi, you guys. Hi. Hi.
As you near the end of the conservatory, you come across the windows that offer a final glimpse into the butterfly's incredible journey. Caterpillars inching along, forming their delicate chrysalises, and butterflies emerging. It's a reminder that every fluttering beauty in the garden began as something small, patiently waiting for its moment to take flight. A perfect farewell to this magical place where change is always in the air.
So this one apparently is trying to make escape. She's ready to fly. Right by the exit door.
You have to be very careful when you leave, and they will check you to see if anyone is trying to make escape on you.
It's gonna be as hard to leave this shop as it was to leave the conservatory. And right when you walk out of the door, they put a little fake butterfly on you. So pretty. So we're gonna be parked here for the night. That's the plan. And so we got the bike out to cross all the way Duval Street and get to Mallory Square, where we're gonna watch the sunset. So we're getting ready because we're gonna start crossing that on the way to the Hemingway Museum. Everything is packed over here. This is amazing. Let's go. Bike ride.
Was to find where the Ernest Hemingway Museum was so we could go and explore.
So we had to use the same trick as earlier. Let's try our luck again. So this is Ernest Hemingway's house.
Through the grand doors of the home, you're immediately transported into a world of one of the greatest literary minds of the 20th century. The high ceilings, vintage furnishings, and the sunlit walls whisper stories of a life both extravagant and deeply introspective. One of the first stops on this journey is a room lined with photographs, faces of the women who shaped Hemingway's life. 4 wives, each a chapter in this tumultuous love story. As you move into the next room, your attention is immediately drawn into a meticulously crafted replica of Pilar, Hemingway's cherished 38-foot fishing boat. The adventures on Pilar heavily influenced his works, The Old Man and the Sea, and Islands in the Stream. As you climb the stairs, a room reviews a pivotal chapter in Hemingway's life. His time as a Red Cross ambulance driver in World War I. Wounded in 1918, he recovered in a Milan hospital where he fell in love with nurse Agnes von Kurowski. Their whirlwind romance ended when she chose another, breaking his heart. This heartbreak became the foundation of A Farewell to Arms, one of literature's greatest love stories. Moving into Hemingway's private space, his bedroom, here he wrote some of his most famous works, surrounded by the quiet of Key West. As you explore the house, you notice the playful presence of Hemingway's famous 6-toed cats, descendants of his beloved pet, Snow White. Next on the porch, you find a peaceful retreat with views of the lush gardens and a glimpse of the lighthouse, which you can visit if you have time. It's also a popular spot for hosting weddings, blending Hemingway's charm with the beauty of Key West. Heading downstairs, you come across an interesting piece, a vintage water fountain bidet. It's a quirky relic from the past, reflecting Hemingway's unique tastes, stealing that from one of his favorite bars before it closed. When Hemingway's wife Pauline discovered his infidelity, she took control of their finances and used the money to build this luxurious pool while Hemingway was away on one of his travels. Legend has it that during a heated argument, Hemingway was so upset he threw a penny onto the floor, which remains pressed into the concrete as a quirky reminder of their tumultuous relationship. And like every museum, you end up in a store, but in this one you can find some unique memorabilia and souvenirs you can't get anywhere else about Hemingway. From books to collectibles inspired by his life, it's the perfect place to take home a piece of literary history. Did not miss to visit the room upstairs by the pool. It's Hemingway's private writing studio. This was his creative retreat, where he spent early mornings crafting some of his most famous works, surrounded by books, typewriters, and the quiet hum of Key West. This space was the heart of his storytelling, a place where literary history was made.
Now leaving the Hemingway house, it's moment of the truth. Will the bike be out there? Better be. Yay! Our trick worked again. Alright, let's head to the next stop. Just kidding, everyone. I realized that the place they said it's one of the best key lime pies is right across the street. So we're just gonna take a walk there and check it out. This is the Moon Dog Cafe.
Let's see if this is really the best key lime pie in Key West. Come with me. I gotta say that just the bakery window right at the entrance already convinced me to stay in. Now, let's go and find that famous key lime pie.
And they're playing Old Dominion. I already love this place.
I didn't even get my key lime pie yet, and I cannot recommend this experience enough. Look at this lovely back porch with, of course, chickens. And oh my god, yes! Please stop at this place to eat this amazing key lime pie with a mile-long topping of meringue. This is how my mom used to make key lime pie at home, and for me, it's really difficult to really find a key lime pie better than my mom's, but this got pretty close. Sorry, Mom.
So on our way biking, we found the mile zero, the end. But you know, for us, it's not the end. Let's continue to paddle. So we found Mallory Square after a few detours. We parked the bike with the same trick. And now, let's go check this famous sunset over here. Now for you, you can bring your bike all the way inside the square to park. If only I knew.
Now this is one of the most competitive sunsets, so you definitely want to get here a little earlier to guarantee a good spot to catch a sunset.
What a beautiful sunset. Sometimes you expect that perfect sun setting in the water, and then you see the clouds and you're like, oh, that's gonna ruin my sunset. But I think it makes it more special and intricate than just a regular sunset. Sometimes life is like that too. You expect the most perfect, easy flow on your plans, and then everything turns around, a cloud appears in the middle, but that makes it more intricate and special. So here's your reflection for today's sunset. Now let's explore Duval Street and Mallory Square.
Mallory Square is a perfect combination of all those snacks you will find on a day in a fair, but also art. From unique items to buy to some very interesting people to watch. Next is definitely time to walk to Duval Street and enjoy all the live music and great restaurants this area has to offer. Just off of Duval Street, the Key West Historic Memorial Sculpture Garden brings history to life. Bronze busts honor the island's most influential figures, while the Wreckers, the sculpture tells the story of Key West shipwreck salvagers. Since everything from Mallory Square to Duval Street and this little market is also closed, I like to explore by foot, but you can also take a tour of the trolley and get some information narrated to you as you ride around town. Now, Mallory Square Market is definitely the top spot to shop for your trinkets and memory from this trip. I'm sure you'll find some unique items you can relate to this trip to take back home. And prepare yourself for a night of walking around, shopping in all these different and intricate stores, and enjoying some nice restaurants. Making sure to not make all stops in one. Have a drink in a place, enjoy an appetizer in another, and maybe your full dinner in a different place. Now, welcome to Cayo Hueso y Habana, an immersive experience capturing the sights, sounds, and aromas of old Cuban Key West. Inspired by folk artist Mario Sanchez, whose hand-carved scenes bringing to life the cigar factories, bodegas, and cafes of his childhood. This place is a tribute to the island's Cuban roots. For me, it's personal. My American dad was Cuban, and stepping into this space feels like stepping into the stories that shaped him. A little taste of Havana here in Key West, and a way for me to honor my American dad. I miss you, Tony. Next must-visit location in this area is Salty Frog's Bar and Grill, known for its lively atmosphere, music, and walls covered with dollar bills from around the world. It's more than just a bar, it's a community tradition. Patrons leave their mark by signing and pinning deals, and they even donate the collection to local causes, especially in the event of a hurricane. With signature Nashville hot sauce and frog legs on its menu, it's a must-visit spot. This was my one night out in Key West, and I was really looking forward to try all this delicious food and see all these different places, have some drink. But life had some different plans for me, so I'm gonna share that with you as soon as I get to the van. But for now, let's make a little last stop here.
So I came to the Southernmost Point at night, and it is high tide. And it is a very splashing zone around here. Alright, adventurers, we made it back to the van. And I keep it real on these episodes. Instead of the pretty social media, all is good. That key lime pie I ate earlier. Listen, it was worth every little bit that I got sick from it, but it made me sick all over again. I sat down to place my order and I started feeling sick. And I was like, I cannot eat here. So I got sick all over again. No dinner. I came to the van with the intention of cooking something plain. But to be honest, I'm terrified of eating something and then getting sick in the van in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere. So I'm just drinking water and I'm gonna pack everything right here and eat something tomorrow. But yeah, this is real life for you. It's not all pretty and flowers, but hey, it was worth it. The key lime pie was so good. All right, let me turn this around and I'll come back to say goodnight. All right, everyone, it's time to close shop over here. I'm pretty quiet in the parking lot I'm at today. So it's day 3 of boondocking over here. So keep your prayers over there for me. Next episode, you're gonna know what happened, and me too. But most importantly, here's the keyword for today's episode. And if you're just following this episode here right now, well, first of all, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. We are doing keywords every episode. So in the end of the season, I'm gonna be giving a complete guide to do this van trip on your own or with your friend, however you would like. But all the details, all the prices, all the stops, all the tested, all the stuff that is going wrong with me, I'm gonna give you all the stuff to go right for you. So the first 20 people at the end of the season to send me these keywords is gonna win this downloadable guide. So the keyword for this episode is pie, P-I-E, for the pie that made me sick, but it was so worth to eat. This is nice. So right beside where I parked the van, the house or whatever it is back in here has those wind chimes. So this is the music I'm gonna sleep with today. Listen to it. Coming. Hi,
Hi, how you doing?
doing good. How are you?
Good. Are you in there by yourself?
Yes,
Okay, ma'am. You mind just opening the door and can we see some ID?
absolutely. Damn, everyone. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and the knock came. Terrifying. They said it's the ordinance of the city that no one can sleep in parking lots or in vehicles if it's not a campground. They took my driver's license. They just said, I'm not in trouble, but I cannot be caught doing that again. And they said they're gonna give me time to figure out and get out of here. Great. So let me figure out what I'm gonna do.
As I mentioned, all these days boondocking, I always had a secondary plan in mind. And I already had in mind if something happened while I was here, I was gonna go to that parking lot. I was able to sleep the night before, so that's what I did.
We're back at the same spot as last night, and there's another camper van over here tonight, and there's a truck over there, like sideways. I think the driver is sleeping there too, so let me try to sleep for another few hours and then wake up early to go watch the sunrise. Wish me good luck.
I hope you're enjoying watching these episodes as much as I enjoy making them for you. And just like you would get some coffee with a friend and listen to some stories, if you'd like to buy me a coffee and help me out so I can continue to bring all these inspirations and tips for you, there's a QR code on the screen for you to scan and send me a coffee. Thank you so much in advance. And don't miss next episode where we're gonna visit the Fort Zachary Taylor and I'll share the places you cannot miss visiting. Plus, I'm gonna take you to the place where you can paddleboard in the mangroves. But before next Sunday, check out these episodes I left on the screen right here for you. And please subscribe so I'll see you next Sunday.